I'll be talking about the relative frequency and of contraction and expansion, and how we can best understand this whole process of frequency and dynamics that are subjective and are not physical, and that makes it quite difficult for us to observe. But for just to begin with, our the ability to perceive a negative emotion means that you are not it. The ability to perceive, to be apart from it, is a good thing. It means that you are not being that negative emotion, and you are able to detach from it. So if we are to learn to ride the wave, so to speak, of spiritual evolution and expansion into higher states of consciousness, then we are to also acknowledge the integration and the contraction process, because that process is just as important as an expansion. It is our grounding wire for the higher electric and metaphysical cosmic energy that we are bringing into the body and the earth and all the matter within the planet. So your ability to perceive a negative emotion is a great thing. It means that you have risen above it. So in this diagram here, I go through, the plateaus are marked in red. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a sine wave here, and the more that you focus on a lesson or a theme in your life that has been kind of lingering or stagnating you for a long time. It could be days, it could be weeks, it could be months, it could be years. Those things are there for you to integrate and to actually embody and to take on a new perspective and a new ability to choose something else. And your awareness that you are in a stagnation, that you are in a funk, is a positive thing, because you are actually in that moment, you are detaching and making yourself aware of that beingness or that state of being that you have been, and that's preventing you from accelerating your own growth at the rate at which you feel is most comfortable. Because clearly you aren't comfortable within the confines of that stagnation, and that's why you feel that way, is because your state of being is less than optimal. So your ability to see that is a wonderful thing. It is a great sign of growth, and you are on the path of expansion and integration and contraction of higher density, higher evolutionary principles, when you feel like there's some kind of like stagnation. So being able to choose something other than that is the most important thing. And the most important thing is, for one, you to be aware of that negative feeling, that feeling of stagnation, of contraction, of I don't know what's going on, that lost kind of feeling. So if we look here, there's a plateau and kind of sinkhole into each repeatedly higher state of frequency. If this was, a X and Y axis, we could see this as being a gradual incline in our frequency. So, for instance, this let's go here. This plateau or this contraction is even higher than the one that's down here. So even though you are feeling a contraction, it's still higher frequency, it's still a higher concentration of energy than the one that is going on here. And that is significant. That means that there has been a change, that there has been a evolution, a kind of progression in the way that the one infinite can express itself through you, and you can feel like you are connected with the one and infinite. That's the whole purpose. So on our way to higher levels of consciousness, we go through integration, and it is important for us to learn the lessons of that previous expansion, and that's like the true test of us, is to and this happens moment by moment. We're always expanding, we're always contracting, we're always continuously refreshing and renewing ourselves, just like the cells in our bodies. And this is really important that we take into consideration and understanding, and most importantly, awareness of what it is that just occurred and what it is that we are learning or changing in our perspective. And that doesn't mean that we have to remember all the things that we learned. Like, that is so inefficient, to remember and amass these massive things. And of course, it's good to have a reference for what it is that you want to choose, but that reference point is made in each new moment. So it's not based on what all the things that you learned and all the concepts that you've grasped. It's not about that. It's about truly getting to the state of being, which is beyond words, is beyond concepts. It's getting to that state of being connected with all that is, and that is a true essence. That is a true purpose of this whole expansion. It encapsulates everything, is that we are one, and our gradual progression towards the one from our separation or the duality consciousness is the whole purpose, really, of all experience and all desire and all suffering, so that we can all go towards this united, efficient, and completely precise way of living, rather than going through all the woes and turbulence of life that is disconnected from us, disconnected from other people, disconnected from family, from friends, from nature, most importantly, right? So as we go throughout this progression, we understand more and more that we are choosing and are aware of our own direction in life. And when we go into this turbulent time, or this place of uncertainty, or like really down in the dumps place, which could happen at a blink of an eye, the most important thing is that you are aware of that, and you can perceive that objectively without reaction to it, and then you are able to choose something else which will propel you a little bit more into a new state of being, which is going to be a little bit higher and a little bit more consistent and a little bit more resonant with that higher frequency and that higher mood and state of being, whether it be joy, whether it be pleasure, whether it be alive passion, whether it be connection and purpose, or gratitude, acceptance, unconditional love, all those things. So having that knowledge of ability to feel like you are not that state of being which is causing you suffering and pain, is the whole lesson there. So hopefully that this kind of makes sense to you guys and that you can apply it in your life. And we are not the body. We are just the state of being that the body operates on. So hopefully, I love you guys, and I will, I definitely love you guys, and I will see you guys in the next one, hopefully. Thank you.